All right, welcome to Sinbin Stream tonight in NHL action. We start out with the Montreal Canadiens at the Philadelphia Flyers. Later, we'll have uh, the Kings at the Canucks. Dobish versus Urson is your goalie matchup. Oh my gosh, the Flyers graphics are pretty annoying. All right, let's get a audio check real quick. All right. Twitch is good. Gracie, hello. Sabres final game tomorrow, although it's virtually meaningless, but we'll still have it. Rather do hockey. Hockey's the priority, especially in the playoffs, and then the WNBA eventually. All right. Yeah, welcome Brick earlier. Yeah, I just no interest for me in the NBA. Much prefer the WNBA. But Dobish versus Urson, that is our goalie matchup. The Flyers lead this season series 2-0. I think the only thing in the East that's locked in is it's Philly. It's Philadelphia at Pittsburgh for the first. All right, Dobish is backed up by Fowler. Urson is backed up by Kolosov. That's how you say it. We got a lot of scratches. Oh, you're not gonna watch? Well, that's fine. I got to order HBO Max anyways, and it was the best game tomorrow. Oliver in the WNBA draft. Okay, I don't know what you mean by shutting them down in the draft, but I'll take your word for it. Yep, tomorrow. Yeah, there was no games. There was no games I wanted to do at 6. Almost Kraken Golden Knights still means a little bit something to the Golden Knights in the chase for the Pacific. I normally try to avoid Kraken games, but that's the only late one. Thursday, we're not sure if there'll be anything really up for grabs. Probably for the Kings, though. And the Ducks play that night, as do the Oilers. So, Knights' final game is tomorrow. I think they can. We'll have to look at clinchings for tomorrow. Wait a minute. Why? That is not what I want. There, that's what I wanted to do. Keep an eye on Devils Bruins tonight. Hurricanes Islanders and Capitals Blue Jackets. And then the later games. If they win, we'll be playing against them. But if they lose, you're playing Ottawa. Gotcha. Hey, Kieran, what's up? Thanks, Bon. Appreciate it. All right. So, obviously, Montreal in white. I should dig out my white jersey. And Philly in orange. Gotta say, the Flyers jerseys are kind of sharp. Orange jerseys, white like yolks along the shoulders, and then black helmets. All right, left to right in white for Montreal. Orange for Philly, right to left. Dump in. We're on the Philly TV for now. Sent into the near boards and sent behind the net. Suzuki to the blue line. Long shot, save, and frozen puck at 1939. Saved by Urson. All right, yeah, all the playoff teams are in. We don't know the order. Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks, Kieran. Oh, we got a penalty already? What? Sealer. He high stick Caulfield. Oh, yeah. Good call. All right, whatever. If we get two homeristic calls, we'll try to go for the Montreal feed. All right. Down low, Slavkovsky. The pass is out of the crease and sent up the far boards by the Flyers. 1:45 to go on the Montreal power play. All right, right up the middle, Suzuki passes to Demidov. Demidov around the boards to the far corner. Towards the net, battle for the puck. Behind the net, Caulfield passes it. I thought the goalie had frozen it. Hudson at the point, down low, side of the net, tipped into the netting above the glass behind the net at 18:57. 3 shots now for Montreal, none for the Flyers. Yes, that's for sure. I just meant we don't know who has home ice yet. I think Pittsburgh already has home ice against the Flyers. That's all I meant. Pittsburgh will be the 2 in their division, and Flyers will be the 3. I think that's the only thing besides the division winners that's decided as far as the order of 2, 3, and then the wild cards. For All right, pass to the near side. Bolduc's shot was blocked. Under a minute to go on this power play. Down low to the point. Why do they have that guy on the point? Engstrom. Why is he the power play point for the second unit? All right, cleared and quickly played out by Dobish. This is the last game. Yeah, the Eastern Conference wraps up tonight and tomorrow. And the Western Conference, some of these teams don't wrap up till Thursday, so. All right, pass right by the bench. 23rd in PK, 9th in power play. 23.9% on the power play, 77.3 on the PK. There's 10 seconds left, and they just gave those numbers. Bolduc passed to the blue line, kept in. And they send it around behind the net. Into the near side. Texier couldn't get to it, and it sent up the far boards. And dumped back in by Montreal to the near boards. Montreal keeps it in. That's Evans towards the net, and Gallagher, far circle. Back to Evans. Blue line. Oh, that pass is knocked out. It's taken up by the Flyers to the near circle. Shot was high. I believe off the stick of Grundstrom. Now they say 4-0 Montreal on the shots. So they may have gotten 1 on the power play. Behind the net, near boards. And taken, sent out. All right. Pass for the Flyers. Shot was wide from the slot. That was from Bump. He sends it to the near corner. Still not a shot on goal yet for the Flyers. Montreal passes to the neutral ice. Pass to the near side. And sent up ahead. Dumped into the side of the net and frozen puck there by Dobish. All right. Real quick. Bruins already up. Geekies 39th from Pasternak and Minton. Canes, Ehlers 26. They're up on the Isles. No score in Caps Blue Jackets, but Both those teams are out of the playoffs in the Eastern Conference. Sent into the near boards. Oh, that's right. The Flyers finally got a shot. Breakaway towards the net. Tried to fake with the forehand. Went back with the backhand, and a good save by Dobish keeps this scoreless. Sent into the near corner and sent around. Now it's behind the net for the Flyers. They don't get it out, though. Wilson was there. No. Yeah. And who else is out there? They don't have the right players out there, I don't think. NHL.com. Slavkovsky sends one to the neutral ice. Caulfield has it, but it's taken away by the Flyers. Up ahead. Wilson dumped it around, and then it was played to the far side by Dobish, but it's already back in the near corner. And let's see. Texier with the puck. He sends it behind the Philly net into the near boards. Pass to Demidov. Now to Newhook. He sends it wide of the net. It's Bolduc. No, Jackeye. Now Texier. Oh, he tried to hit Demidov in the slot. Nice steal or takeaway by the Flyers. Let's say the Flyers, well, they had to tag up, but oh boy, Struble has it behind the puck, or behind the net. Always an adventure with Struble lately. Now sent up the far boards by Reinbacher. Taken away by the Flyers at the neutral ice. And they dump it around. Far corner, now behind the net. Suzuki pass, or was that Reinbacher? Yeah, it was Reinbacher. All right, Doc with the drop pass. Kapanen back to the blue line. Pass to Reinbacher. Off a skate into the near corner. Doc with a hit. And kept in. Well, now sent out by the Flyers. They dump it in and head for a line change. No score early. Pass to the near boards. Montreal. That would be Valeno. Dumped in by Gallagher. Evans trying to track it down in the near boards. Wait, what? I don't think I muted my mic, did I? Why am I getting a message like I muted my mic? Dumped down the length of the ice. That is going to be icing called on the Flyers. 12:57. Wow, what a pad save, though, by Dobish on that breakaway. He was patient, didn't buy the deke to the forehand. And on the backhander, he just got the left pad over there to make the save. Just wasn't lifted high enough. After the draw, Philly had it, but it's taken by Slavkovsky. And they sent it off near the side of the net, and then the frozen puck by Urson. And we head to the under 14 media timeout. What is going on with my audio? My bit rate is too low. Audio stream bit rate. I don't know why I keep getting those messages. That's weird. I'll take a look. All right, no score. Shots are now 5-2 Montreal. Let's check the board. Hey, Pure Adrenaline Sports. Let's go Flyers. Well, it's meaningless to them, but I hear you. I know you're a Flyers fan. Welcome. If you guys need a Mets hookup, Pure Adrenaline Sports is your guy. Among other things. It's not just Mets. Wolf says go Flyers. Yeah, hopefully it's a good game. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just getting messages from YouTube Studio that my bit rate is too low, but I think I have it like maxed out, which is surprising. I was gonna look into that. Man, I don't even remember where to look this up on OBS. Hold on. Where? Properties? No. Dang it, I'm drawing a blank. File. Let's see. Show settings. Yes, settings. There we go. Appearance, stream, output, audio. Microphone. No, this isn't. Wait, where? Oh, that's an output. Is that? Yeah, I've got the bitrate at 320. I don't know why they're saying I'm less than 128 for some reason. All right, back to the game. We'll ignore YouTube Studios, YouTube control panels, bogus warnings, I guess. Usually I get those warnings when I mute the mic. All right, Flyers take it away at the blue line. They're at the neutral ice. Now another takeaway. Wow, I think Montreal had to have been offsides there. It's sent out by the Flyers now. Martone, I guess, with the puck. Sends it wide. Oh, we got a delayed penalty coming up on Montreal. They keep it in at the blue line. That's McDonald. Now the far side. And they scored. So I didn't see. I was trying to put the call outs, and of course I blew it. Flyers take the 1-0 lead. It was a delayed penalty, so they had the extra attacker. They had pulled the goalie. And I don't know what Martin San Louis is looking at. I don't know what they could possibly challenge. Somebody lost their stick. Oh, it got tipped right in front of the crease by Porter Malone. And it went 5-hole past Dobish. Michkov and Bonk. There's another Bonk in the league. I remember Radek Bonk, former senator, I think. All right, 1-0 Flyers. Again, I think Montreal probably needs the Lightning to lose to have any chance to move up to second in the division. I mean, obviously they need to beat the Flyers, but it may not matter if Lightning win their last game. All right, Flyers have it, sent and blocked. And Texier with the puck. Back to the, Struble. So look out. Troubles ahead with Struble with the puck. Struble completes his pass. Yay, he did a thing. Kapanen dumps it in. Hit in the corner. Now, blue line keeper sent around. Now skated out by the Flyers. That was, is it Richard or is it Richard? Into the far corner. And puck is just pinned against the boards. Ooh, Doc just took a backhand to the face, trying to dig it out. A little cross check by Gooley. And the puck goes in front of the Montreal net, but they managed to get it to Bolduc. And it looks like there's going to be a line change there. So 10:15 to go in the first. And the new guy, Reinbacher, dumped it in. Far corner. He's played a couple of games, I think. Gallagher lost it behind the net. The Flyers send it to the near boards, and it's sent out by Forster. Pass by Montreal to the neutral zone, and it's whistled actually for icing against Montreal. Okay. 9:50. Yeah, that was definitely a tipped in goal by Martone. I'm sorry, did I say Malone? Martone. Porter Martone from Michkov and Bonk. Martone's 4th of the year. 9:50 to play in the first, and it's in the far boards. Montreal takes it behind their own net. Reinbacher fell down and lost the puck. Flyers send it behind the net. We're on the behind the net cam, which if Philly keeps this up, we're going to have to switch to the Montreal feed because I can't watch this. All right, sent out. Finally picked up by Bonk. Turned over, though, to Veleno into the far boards. Centering pass. A shot was wide by Jacky. And the Habs send it around. Near boards to the blue line. Jacky, a shot that's deflected into the netting above the glass behind the goal or behind the net. 9:06, we have the under 10 media timeout. I'll catch up on the chat, and then we'll do the visualizer. Hold on. Who said... What do you mean haven't beaten the Habs in ages? They're up 2-0 on them in the season series. 5-4 in a shootout back on November 4th in Montreal, and the other game in Montreal, December 16th. Well, if you're saying ages as in 4 months, then okay, then I agree with you. It has been 4 months since they beat them. December 16th, 4-1 in Montreal as they go for the 3-game sweep. Yeah, so they haven't played since 4 months ago. All right, let's get the visualizer before I forget, though. So at the blue line, Martone's in the right outside the crease. And he tips it, and it goes 5-hole past Dobish. Just the one penalty early. Yeah, right, that's what I was saying. I think, when do the Lightning play? Today or tomorrow? Looks like the Lightning finish up tomorrow. Yeah, they got the Rangers at home. That's pretty much a guaranteed win. Although the Rangers are better. What's up, Derek? How's it going? Yeah, right. Bruins 2, Devils 0, 9:29 in the first. Canes up 1-0 on the Islanders, 8:19 in the first. Scoreless, Capitals, Blue Jackets, 8:16. And it might be Ovechkin's final game. I don't think... They haven't really said for sure, but there's hints it could be. At least his final game for the Capitals. All right, shots are now 6-3. All right, I think I'm done with the Flyers TV. They do a side-by-side for their interviews. Man, this is brutal. Shot, I think that was blocked. I don't think that got through. Somebody snapped a stick. Flyers send it behind their own net. Up the near boards, and Demidov stole it. Shot wide and into the far corner. Into the far corner again from behind the net. Unable to clear it are the Flyers. Shot from the blue. I have no idea what just happened by Jacky there. I don't know where that shot looked like. He must have whiffed because it pretty much went nowhere. Or he faked it. I don't know. Texier couldn't get it after he took it away. And the Flyers, that would be Andre with the puck. Passes to his partner, Juleson. Pass up ahead to the right wing. Pass off the near boards taken away by the Habs over the red line. That is Texier. Sent behind their own net and into the far corner. All right, now taken finally out by the Flyers. Pass. Okay, that was not dumped in from the red line. That, I guess there was no icing, though. Behind the Montreal net. Skated to the near circle. Pass and a dump in from the... Yeah, I was going to say that wasn't the red line either. That one was called for icing. I don't know why Montreal got away with... Or Philly got away with one, but... All right, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go to my. I don't like the Philly coverage. I'm gonna try Montreal. Oh, great! I got out of the app, not just out of the game. Awesome. Thanks, ESPN. Yes. Lightning play tomorrow. Oh, great! Now the ESPN app is like completely dead. Ay. I'm going to try the Habs broadcast. We'll see how that goes. Flyers broadcast was not up to the standard, I'd say. All right. Sorry, got to fast forward the clock a little. 6-4 the shots, Montreal, but 1-0 Philly. Philly loses it at the blue line. Montreal finishing a line change. Near corner, Reinbacher sends it around. Habs dump it in. Behind the net, they picked up from Urson. The Flyers couldn't get it out the far side. Sent in behind the net. Evans tried to pass it. He got it to Bolduc. Bolduc is heading off, though. Flyers steal it and pass to the red line. That is stolen by Veleno and dumped in. Evans tries to get it. Flyers send it around. Far corner. Pass to the blue line and swoop back into their own zone. That is McDonald with the puck. They send it up ahead. Shot from the near side. That was off the stick of Michkov. Saved by Dobish. Far circle shot and a goal. It's quickly 2-0 Flyers. At 5:18. Well, that was Oliver Bonk. That is his first.
And we got a first NHL goal. What a sequence. As Hunter McDonald going to do a great job standing up at the offensive blue line to keep this puck alive. And then after the hit, Oliver Bonk does a great job working himself.
Bonk just put it blocker side high past Dobish. Dobish got screened. Yeah, there was traffic right in front of the net. He was at the top of the crease. And there was a Flyer and a Canadiens player there at the top of the crease. I don't know. I mean, I'm not suggesting interference. I'm just saying visually. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be a challenge. Face off, and the Habs are down. They took a shot away. Is it not 7-7? Okay. Habs down 2-0. We still have over 5 minutes to go in the first period, though. Pass to the far circle. And the Flyers take it behind their own net, or behind the Montreal net, pardon me. Near circle shot or pass went wide. And Montreal clears it, but not far enough for icing. Picked up behind the net. All right, can they fix these lines? It was Barkey. Now it's passed, taken up the middle and dumped in by McDonald. Behind the net, Richard. Puck kept in at the blue line by Richard, and Montreal finally sends it out. Pass off the near boards. Flyers towards the net, tipped, and somehow not put on net. Not sure how. And a frozen puck by the Flyers. That was Urson. Time is 3:55. That might be the under 6 media timeout. And we'll try to grab that goal in just a second here for Bonk, his first. But let's check in. Bruins in Boston, Bruins 2, Devils 0. In New York, Islanders 1. I'm sorry, Canes 1, Islanders 0. Bruins are trying to get ahead of the Ottawa Senators for the first wild card. Canes already clinched the Eastern Conference. They have nothing to play for. Caps and Blue Jackets, no score. Again, in potentially Ovechkin's last NHL game or last Capitals game. We're not sure. And Ducks Wild coming up in a little over a half hour. Jets Mammoth and Avs Flames. Second game on ESPN. Penguins Blues. And Kings Canucks tonight. Big game for the Kings. They're trying to move up from the second wild card. So big game for the Mammoth too. Maybe the Jets can play spoilers. Maybe the Wild can beat the Ducks to help out the Kings. Maybe they can slide into third in the Pacific. And then the Knights wrap up tomorrow. All right, let's do the visualizer for Bonk. All right, he's near the blue line. Pass right up the middle, and he buried it. Yeah, blocker side high. The guy, his name is Denver Barkey. Oh, and Oliver Bonk, they won the Memorial Cup last year. Okay. All right, just about set to resume on this one. Oh, good job by TSN. But it's pretty sad when TSN has the better broadcast. They're one of the worst. Flyers taken into the near corner behind the Montreal net. Wrap around, sent wide into the near boards. All right. Finally, Montreal passes to the neutral zone, and it's sent into the O zone. Far circle behind the net. Blue kept in. New hook to the blue line, and then the shot was saved and held on by Urson. .313 to go. All right, have a good one, Bon. Have a good night. Thanks. Ow. All right, they did count that as a shot on goal. All right. Netting above the glass at 309. Man, these cheapo Fanatics jerseys look so bad. Like the white you can see through. It's I remember they had that big uproar in spring training for MLB. I don't think it was this. Was it last year or 2 years ago when that happened? I don't even remember. Face off in the far circle. They missed it because they were showing the coach. That's awesome. Flyers passed it to the neutral ice. Taken over by Jackeye and dumped in, though. And Flyers managed to get it out to neutral ice again. Pass to the right wing. It's Barkey towards the net. Takeaway by Jackeye. He gets undercut in the far corner, and the Flyers retain the puck. Blue line keeper. And taken to the far side by Martone, who had the first goal. Pass by the make that the Canadiens. They got it to Doc, and he turned it over. Doc got it back and got it to Bolduc. Montreal getting a line change. Near circle. That is Engstrom. Passes ahead. Tipped into the far circle. Shot was off the side of the net. I think that was off the stick of Gallagher. Sent up by McDonald to the neutral ice. Taken away by Gallagher. Gallagher passes ahead. Drop pass to Evans. Far circle. Montreal shot. Save and held on again at 150 by the goalie Urson for the Flyers. 6 straight road wins for Montreal, and Dobich is 3-0-0 in them, but they're currently down 3-0. All right. Suzuki wins the draw. Montreal keeps it in. Blast from the point. Saved. It looked like that might have been Kapanen on the shot. Or maybe it was Gooley. Yeah, 21 instead of 91. Pass gets away and knocked into the neutral zone. Shots are 12-8 Montreal, but they trail 2-0. And frozen puck at the side of the net, so no shot. 1:21 to play in the opening period. All right, we get a look at the Flyers bench. Face off between, who's that? Gaucher, Gaucher. Habs win the draw. They keep it in. Slavkovsky near corner. Slavkovsky sends it to Caulfield, but he couldn't get to it in the near corner. Flyers get it out to neutral ice, but it's passed to Reinbacher again. Yeah, he had it initially. Caulfield picks it up. He falls down. Turnover in the neutral ice. 1-on-1. Hudson is back. Centering pass goes through the crease into the near boards. And it's picked up by, I think that's Demidov. Yeah, behind the net. Demidov up ahead. Under 40 to go in the opening period. And a whistle at 34.4. Might be offsides on the Habs. Ow. Caulfield getting... that's probably why he wiped out. He probably broke a skate blade. He's getting skate repair right now. They missed the face-off. Man, don't make me go back to Philly. Golly, TSN is so brutal. They may have better commentators, but their camera operators and directors just neglect the puck action on ice. They miss so many draws. They show so many cutaways way too long. Dumped in by the Flyers, and no icing called, so that'll probably do it. Canadiens just let it end, and we head to the first intermission. 2-0 Flyers lead. Again, Martone's fourth and Bonk's first. Michkov assisted both goals. Bonk assisted one. So Bonk and Michkov have 2 points already tonight in one period for the Flyers. McDonald, the other assist. All right, real quick. 12-8 are the shots. Montreal 2-0 the score. Philly. Let's see. Face-offs make that 11-6 Montreal. 0 for 1 power play Montreal. No Philly power play because of no Montreal penalties yet. 11-11 for the hits. Block shots 4-3 Montreal. Giveaways 10-3 Flyers. And 1-0 of the takeaways Flyers. Again, Flyers lead the season series 2-0. And they have not played in 4 months. It's wild. Wow, first intermission in Boston, and the Bruins are all over the Devils. 4-0. Arvidsson, Kastelik, Geeky. No, hold on. Geeky, Kastelik twice, and Arvidsson are your goal scorers. Ehlers 26 for the Canes. They lead the Islanders in New York after 1-0. Capitals, Blue Jackets, no score in Columbus. If you have ESPN, you can watch that. That, again, could seemingly might be at least Ovechkin's last game as a Capital. I don't know if he wants to play for another NHL team, if he wants to retire, or maybe he'll go play in the KHL before he finally hangs him up. Ducks Wild, again, that's a big game. Wild, it's meaningless. I think they're stuck in third, and the Stars should have second. Ducks, though, still fighting for the division and trying to, avoid sliding in the standings, too. Mammoth trying to hang on to the number one, or the first wild card, I should say. Jets, Mammoth. Avs, Flames. Yeah, Avs have already clinched the President's Cup, so nothing for them to play for. They did beat the Oilers in a shootout last night, 2-1. Had that game. We could probably check the scores or the standings, because for the Golden Knights win. Penguins, Blues on the second game of the ESPN doubleheader. I'll have Kings, Canucks. Huge game for the Kings as far as standings in the Western Conference. Kieran, Flyers have been hungrier team. Yeah. It's meaningless it's a more meaningful game for the Habs, but as far as I know, I don't think the Flyers can move up to second. Penguins probably won't. I don't think they'll lose to the Blues in St. Louis, but you never know. But again, I don't think it matters. I don't think they can move up. All right, well, yeah, I was looking at tomorrow. All right, let's take a let's put don't forget to vote in the poll. Let me know, who you think will win. In the comments, you can let me know who you're rooting for and who you think will win. It doesn't necessarily have to be the same team. I'm rooting for Montreal, but it sure looks like the Flyers are going to take this one. See how the remaining 40 minutes are going. Yeah, I hear you. Well, again, yeah. I'm also doing the last two King games because, Kopitar's last two regular season games, even though they're on the road. All right, before I do that, please, if you haven't already done so and you're enjoying this live stream, hit the like button or thumbs up on the video. Also, consider hitting the subscribe button to the channel. Doing one or both does help with getting the channel to be recommended to other viewers. This will help me grow the channel. And I thank you all for your support. If you happen to have a Twitch account, please follow Sinbin Stream there as well. it is the same feed, but one, it's faster, and two, it's currently commercial free. All right, 18 votes, 67% for Montreal, 33% for Philly. I think that sounds like what, 12 votes for Montreal, 6 for Philadelphia. All right, again, Buffalo clinched the division, so they have nothing to play for tomorrow night against Dallas. Lightning will play the Canadiens. There's an outside chance, obviously. I think the Canadiens need to win tonight. They're already down 2-0, and the Lightning would need to lose tomorrow night. The Lightning are only playing the Rangers at home. Rangers play better on the road. By the way, I heard Jonathan Quick is retiring. That was announced, I think, last night for the Habs game. So one of my all-time favorites. Hopefully he has a happy retirement. What day is it? Why is this all goofed up? There we go. All right. So, and then obviously the Canes have already won the Eastern Conference. And yeah, I think even if the Flyers win, I don't think they can. I thought I had heard that this was it, Flyers at Penguins, but we'll see. I don't know. Don't know the tiebreaker because we don't have regulation wins broken out. I think they need to do that, though. If we're not going to go back to ties, which I doubt we are, I think it's time to make regulation wins 3 points and beyond regulation 2 points. You still want to give the loser point, then fine, then that makes sense because you're playing for the second point of the total of 3, and each team gets 1. I don't know. There'd be more incentive to avoid overtime. It's not enough that especially if you're not playing somebody in your own conference, to just win in regulation. But then you're going to have more than 3 columns, though. I think that might complicate matters. All right, so Boston and Ottawa can flip, but only if Boston doesn't win tonight, and they're already up 4-0 after 1. So the East is getting pretty wrapped up pretty quick. West, there's still plenty outside of the Central Division to play for. The Avs already have the President's Trophy with 117. The Stars are clinched with second at 110, and the Wild third at 102. First in the Pacific, Knights 93, Oilers 91, Ducks 90. So yeah, technically the Ducks, if the Knights, I guess if the Knights and the Oilers lose their last game and the Ducks can win their last 2, the Ducks have a shot at winning the division. And it's a slight chance, but actually the Kings are still alive for the division. It's not likely. But I think the Kings actually have an outside shot. I think it's like only 2% likelihood of happening. But if the Kings win 2 and the Knights lose 1 and the Oilers don't win, they could lose and they could get a point, and the Ducks would split. Then they could somehow, some way, the Kings actually could win it. But at any rate, Knights 93. I think if they win their game, they're gonna clinch, no matter what the other 2 teams do. That would put them at 95, max 93 for the Oilers, max 94 for the Ducks, and max 93 for the Kings. So the Kings could still move up maybe not into the division lead, but they could still get to third or I don't know, maybe second if the Oilers don't win. We'll have to check the matchups. And they're only a point behind the Mammoth, so they could catch the Mammoth and move up into the second wild card. And then, the first wild card, which would mean they'd play Vegas or whoever wins the Pacific. Yeah, I know. That New Jersey's not going to come back from 4-0. Yep. Well, go Buffalo in that one for sure. Go Montreal against the Lightning. I think I'll root against the Canes. I won't be disappointed if they win. And I think I'll cheer for probably the Flyers over the Penguins. The Flyers haven't been there in recent years. So I think Detroit takes over for the longest playoff drought now with Buffalo getting in. All right, I think I better take a break and get something to eat before I forget. If I get distracted, it'll be another few minutes gone. We'll have Kings Canucks tonight, Stars Sabres tomorrow, Kraken Golden Knights the nightcap, Kings Flames on the regular season finale. We'll have some baseball late Thursday morning and late Friday afternoon, Saturday, Sunday to be determined depending on the NHL playoff schedule. Go Oilers by 10, Gracie. All right. Let me cue the music and I'll be back. Yeah, they did fade late. I think they did that last year too, didn't they? Is Yzerman there or is he with Toronto? I've lost track. I thought he was with the Lightning a while ago, but I don't know. I've lost track. All right, we'll put the shorter songs on. I'll be back. All right, we are back. Let me get rid of the music. I don't know what we're waiting for. Finally, in orange, going left to right, the Flyers have it in their own zone. Canadians dump it in, though, again. Into the far corner. Canadians in white, right to left. Dump into the near corner again. Suzuki centered it. Gooley's shot was blocked. And I was going to say, that was definitely offside. Suzuki carried it in, but it had come out. He didn't save it. Yes. Oh, yeah, that's right. Because the Detroit had been 9. Now it's 10 with the completion of this one. That was the longest? Really? That's the okay. Suzuki right outside the zone for the Flyers in the near side. Flyers control the draw, though, and send it up far side. Now pass to the near side. Red line carried in. O-zone. Far circle. Flyers lose the puck and the Habs send it out. But still a 2-0 lead for the Flyers early going of the second period. Dump in by the Flyers. Hudson picks it up in the corner. Hudson skates it up the middle. Red line dump in. Far corner. Battle for the puck. Pass to the near side and sent in. Near corner towards hit nobody and went all the way to the far boards, and the Habs get it out. Now it's skated right back in by the Flyers. Far corner with the puck. That was Glendening. And it's behind the Montreal net. Jackeye finally got it to Demidov. Pass ahead. Newhook dumps it into the near boards and sends it around after a hit by Glendening. And Newhook with the puck. Sends it to the far corner. That was Texier that sent it to Newhook. Going the other way, the Flyers, Glendening gets knocked off the puck, and it's picked up by Hudson. Maybe that was Grundstrom, not Glendening. 91, not 41. Hudson waiting behind the net. No shots so far in the second period. We need some Habs luck turned around here if they want to have any shot at picking up this second spot in the division. Tough angle shot. That was saved and sent out. Saucer pass to the neutral ice. Flyers send it in, and Habs send it out. Into the far corner. Juleson couldn't get it out. Hudson shot was blocked. Rebound, Bolduc. That was saved. Somehow that hit a skate or a stick near the crease and came to the side. And a saucer pass by the Flyers. They dump it in. Chased down by Reinbacher for the Montreal Canadiens. He's waiting behind the net. Up ahead, a dump in by Veleno, but it's sent out by the Flyers. Montreal needs to tag up. Far boards. They can't get it out. Veleno kept it in. Now it's to the neutral ice, and the Flyers have it. Sent in. That was Forrester. It's in the near boards now. Shot, saved by Dobish. Rebound picked up by Veleno. Takes it behind the net. Veleno passes up ahead. And it's dumped in. Behind the net for the Flyers. That would be McDonald. Gets it to neutral ice. Chase is on. And I guess they called icing on the Flyers. Ooh, Gallagher, I don't know if he's just winded or if he's feeling a little bit of pain. They were showing him on the bench. Right, after this season concludes. Gotcha. It had been 9. Makes sense. Oh, you're talking about Detroit and their playoff drought? Blue Jackets, Boone Jenner got a goal, and they lead the Capitals 1-0. All right, Flyers in the far board send one on net, saved by Dobish into the near corner. And finally, Caulfield with the puck. Caulfield passes, and it's dumped in by the Habs into the VAR corner. Pass to the neutral zone. Picked up the Flyers to the slot. Far circle shot. Dobish freezes it. A little bit of pushing and shoving, but nothing major at 15-16. Shots are, well, I got to update the shots here. 13-12. All right. Far circle face-off in the Montreal defensive zone to Dobish's right. So the far side is his blocker side. Face-off, not really controlled by either team. Now taken behind the net by the Habs, and they wait for the breakout. That is Hudson. Hudson passes. They send it up the far boards, down the length of the ice. Misplayed behind the net, though, by Urson, unless he meant to let it go to the near corner. Picked up by Jurisic and sent out the neutral zone. I would maybe the Eastern Conference tomorrow, but they'll probably have to wait till Thursday for the Western Conference. All right, pass. Flyers take it out over the red into the VAR circle. Shot, save, and cleared by Hudson. I'll see during the next intermission if I can find if they have any like framework for the games. I think we already know like when Flyers Pittsburgh might be. I think it's going to be Saturday afternoon. I think they said 1 or 5, or maybe that's 1 or 5 Eastern. All right, skated out by Texier up the right wing. Gets it to Newhook in the far corner. Texier passes to the blue lines, kept in by Bolduc. No, Jackeye. Scratch that. Sent in now by the Flyers. Habs did nothing. Ooh, takedown in the corner. Newhook skates it out to neutral ice. They dump it into the far corner. Flyers play it around the boards and get it to neutral ice. In front of the box. Now the Canadiens send it ahead to Texier. Well, oh, nice. There we go. I was wondering, it was late to put the goal light on. Nice pass by Gooley. And it looked like... who got the goal? Gallagher, and now we're 2-1. There's a Montreal goal. Now we have a game. Gallagher from Gooley and Texier. Yeah, good passing here. Texier, Gooley, wide open. Nobody was on Gallagher. He just skated right up to the crease and tapped it in. I mean, there was nothing Urson could do. May have gone 5-hole. Like they haven't shown a really good angle. Oh, back underway. They missed a ton. Good thing I didn't reset my clock. The goal time was 6:50. A tip in So 13:10 remaining in the second, according to NHL.com. Again, Gallagher 7th from Gouli and Texier. All right, red line dumping 246 career goals, 14th in Montreal franchise history. Wow, for Gallagher, it's pretty high up on a list for a team that's been around over 115 years. They might not count their stats from 1909 to whenever the NHL was formed, though. Near boards. And blue line keeper by Hudson to the far side. That shot is blocked. Who's Hudson out there with? Oh, he's out there with Reinbacher. Glove save there by Urson. Time is 12:04. We have the under 14 media timeout. Now suddenly 2-1 Flyers after it had been 2-0 after 2. Yeah, I'll look during the intermission. I think I heard Flyers Penguins would be like I said, Saturday afternoon. That's like the only thing I've heard. I'll take a look at X in a minute here. Oh, let's do the visualizer. They have it. So it's at the neutral ice. Engstrom sends it to Texier. Texier brings it up the boards. I think the Flyers were caught on a change. Quick pass to Gouli. And we'll do it again. All right. So Engstrom sends it up ahead. Texier passes it to Gouli. Gouli finds Gallagher wide open for an easy tip in. And that's why it's 2-1. Ryan Whitney said the Sabres weren't going to make the playoffs. No, of course he's with Barstool, so forget that. God help me, he said in a tweet. And then the Sabres tweeted back, "You had it coming." And then there's this "We're back" Saberhood Times headline on yeah, I can't. I don't know if you'll be able to. I should just go to my Twitter page and show you. Trying to see. I should just go to Siravalli and see Frank's account. All right, sorry. Back underway. My bad. Trying to focusing a little bit too much on the playoffs, I guess. Well, we'll take a look during the intermission. Shots are 16-14 now for Montreal. Puck is in the far boards by the Montreal bench. The Flyers send it off the near boards. Yep, Flyers not doing a whole lot this second period. Near circle shot by Caulfield, saved by Urson. Flyers have it the Canadiens get it at the neutral zone and dump it in. But it's blocked and taken out by the Flyers. They take it up the left wing. Right up the middle towards the net. Shot was wide into the near boards, near corner. Slavkovsky passes it, but he gets it back and has to dump it in. And this is going to be icing on the Habs at 11 minutes to go. Yay. Adam is the best about roasting anyone. But yeah, I'll open my Twitter page. I'll show you in a second. Well, probably at intermission. I'm getting too distracted. False start on the draw on Barkey. He's facing Suzuki, and we get another false start. For God's sakes, just drop the puck. It should not take 3 attempts. Oh my gosh, So annoying. Blue line keeper for the Flyers. Near circle. Blue line blast. Saved by Dobish and hung on at 10:48. Sabres admin. Gotcha. Now I know. Yeah, it's dang autocorrect. Yeah, they did a pretty good job. I heard the Los Angeles Chargers social media is pretty funny usually too. All right, near circle draw in the Montreal defensive zone. Jackeye got the puck and saucered it ahead to Gallagher. And the Flyers take it over in the near boards and send it ahead. Chased into the near side. And now Jackeye has it with 10.5 to play in the second period. So we're almost halfway through the game. Montreal dumps it in. No icing. Far corner. Behind the Flyer net. Gallagher tried to center it. Did they get it? I never saw the light. No, apparently not. But the light was late last time. 10:10 to play in the second. And apparently Urson saved it. Yeah, the goal judge was definitely late to light the lamp on the Montreal goal. I was like, I thought it was in, but then I was, I had long enough to check the goal judge and not see the light. And then the light came out. I was like, okay, well, that took way too long. Holy cow, my eyes are itchy. Took a walk today and there are so many dandelions out already. I bet you I'm allergic. All right, near boards after the draw. Now we're halfway through the game. Under 10 to play. Far circle, Eklund. Shot saved by Urson into the near boards. Cleared by the Flyers. They're going to win the race to the near corner, though. Taken behind the net. That is Michkov. Centers it, a blast. Dobich didn't know where it was. And they clear it out of the crease. I guess he didn't have it frozen. Dang. I don't know who had that blast. Maybe Jurasic, the defenseman. Another shot. This time a glove save. Dobich hangs on. 19:22 to play. Second period. And it is Flyers 2, Montreal 1. 19:17 are the shots. All right, let's check the scores real quick. The Caps tied it up. Beauvillier's goal made it 1-1. It's disconnected and is reconnecting. Great. So if there was any video issues, it's reconnected. OBS may have just died. Oh, sorry, John DeWolf. I see you said, hey, Sin, and I missed it. Hello, hey, John DeWolf. I just showed it, but I don't know if I can highlight it now. It won't pop up there. It's so weird. I see it on my... Yeah, sorry, John. I just saw that. It was before Gracie said, when do you think the playoff schedule is coming out? Hey, what's up, Brick? Thanks for being here. Yes, sticking with hockey. All right, Capitals, Jackets 1-1. Canes 1-0 over the Islanders. Bruins 4-0 over the Devils. Those are all about a little over halfway through the second. Ducks Wild, no score, 12:57 in the first. All right, back from commercial. Bucks, what's up? Your Lightning have a game. I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well. Your Lightning have a game tomorrow. May or may not matter. If the Flyers win today, I don't think it'll matter for the Bucks. Shot and a save there by Dobish. 19-18 are the shots now. Yeah, there was that weird one where Dobich thought he had it frozen, didn't know where it was, and it rolled off his skate, and he just got it out of the crease because right there, well, they don't have a 76. I guess it was 78. Gaucher, Gaucher. All right, 9 minutes to go in the second. Near boards, puck taken away, though, by the Flyers. That went right to Wilson. Wilson sends it in. Jackeye trying to dig it out. He's battling with Glendening. Finally over to Texier, and Texier at a give and go takes it up the left wing. Into the near corner. Sent around. Flyers pick up the puck again. Somehow Texier got it back, and he dumps it in. 8:20 to play in the second. Picked up by Hathaway. Neutralized. Flyers send it ahead. And Canadiens defense got back and skated in already to the far circle. Tough angle shot. Saved by Urson. He hangs on at 8:01. I don't know. I would think they'd want to. You don't want to play like garbage in your last tune-up before the playoffs either. But, the Flyers are good, so take nothing away from the Flyers. Looks like Urson... Oh, the puck is stuck in his jersey. No wonder we got a delay. And the linesman's trying to help him dig it out. Let's let the Flyers lay down after a win yesterday. Not in the first. Well, I'm not muted, so try closing out and opening again. That usually solves any audio issues. I got audio. I'll double check. Yeah, my audio's good on YouTube, so. All right. Did Urson get his jersey back on, or are we ready to go, or why are we continuing to have a delay here? Did they still not find the puck?
He's done it so many times, and now he's found a way to get this puck.
The puck was in the sleeve or something. They couldn't find the puck.
Could you imagine if we had to change goalies for that? That would have been an NHL first. Game 82 regular season, why not?
Okay, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. It happens. I understand the frustration. I do want to make sure. Thanks. Hey, thanks, Sportsdom and Bucks. And Kieran, yeah, I hope. Kieran, just try. Whoops. We get a false start. Try closing the window and reopening. I mean, that's usually, that usually fixes it. Occasionally, YouTube just craps out. I don't know why. Phone, desktop, everything. Blue line keeper, what's his name? The new guy. Reinbacher sent it around. Now the Flyers skated out. 7:40 to go in the second. And I believe that's icing on Philly. 7:39. Gotcha. Yes, you don't want injuries. Yeah, I hear you. That's the risk. I hear you. Yes, Sportsdom, that I think that's... Don't see the Devils coming back from 4 down with 5:25 plus the third to play. I think they're thinking about their golf reservations or vacation reservations. Well, the playoffs start Saturday. There'll be games Saturday and Sunday. My best bet is that the Eastern Conference opens up Saturday. And they can't, I mean, Saturday, Sunday might be unique this weekend. They can't play West only, East only on nights, but I think Saturday, Sunday they might, because the Eastern Conference is done after tomorrow. In fact, Montreal and Philly, I think, are done tonight. Into the near boards. And I know Philly Pittsburgh is going to be Saturday afternoon. I think that's the only thing I've heard confirmed. So like one or 5 Eastern, I want to say something like that. All right, pass to Montreal. They don't get it out. Now it's at neutral ice, and they dump it in on net, and steered aside by Urson to the near side. Sent up the near boards by Philly. Canadians skate it. Far circle pass. I think that got blocked. I don't think that was on net. Flyers turn it over at the neutral ice and at the red line. Now they take it back into their own zone. Skated up and dumped in. Far corner battle for the puck. Gallagher and Gooley waiting as Engstrom tries to dig it out. Cates is there. Was that Noah Cates? Yeah. Far circle shot. Oh, rebound right in front of the net. Cates, and then a goal. The Flyers take the 3-1 lead. Michkov, as Dolbish gave up a big rebound and couldn't freeze the puck before Michkov got to the loose puck. I don't know what happened to the bad play by Dolbish, but no help from the defense. Not sure what Evans was doing in front of the crease. He skated out to take point, and wide open. Both Michkov and Cates were wide open. Nobody had them. And it's 3-1. Michkov's 20th. I would think Cates would get an assist, but maybe not since it was off the rebound. We'll see. All right, center ice draw. And Montreal sent it off the bench side boards. The Flyers dumped it in, and that is going to be called icing at 6:01. Hello, high roller, pseudo. A nice handle. They don't want the Bruins competing with. They don't want the Bruins. Okay, got it. Yeah, I just think Flyer. So maybe they will split up the East and West Conference. Well, you know what? We should have looked at the scratches. They've got their big guys out there. Caulfield, Suzuki. They can't just can't dress guys and then sit them with more than a period to go. I suppose you could, but that's going to be a lot of wear and tear on the guys that got to stay in the game. Yeah, we never went over the scratches. So Matheson was scratched. Anderson, Deneau, Carrier's hurt. Dobson's hurt. Montebeau is the odd man out. Oh, we get the under 6 media time out. Still 3-1 Flyers. Montebeau was just the odd man out on the 3 goalie rotation. For the Flyers have a bunch of people scratched. Sanheim, York, Drysdale, Konechny, Couturier, Dvorak, Grabankin, Zegras, that's a big scratch. Ristolainen, Tippett too, and Vladar. Yeah, they didn't dress their top goalie. Canadians still went with their top one and their number 2. But yeah, it doesn't seem to matter. They're up 3-1. When do I think they'll start taking players out? I don't know if they can. You don't want to give wear and tear to the people who are still left. All right, Bruins 4, Devils 0. Maybe in the third you do, but you gotta at least take a shift in the third, I would think, right? I don't know. I'm just guessing. Canes and Islanders 1-1. Horvat's 31st ties it up late in the second. Capitals and Jackets already at the second intermission. McTavish 16th on the power play gives the Ducks the 1-0 lead over the Wild. 7:01 in the first. Darn it. I was hoping the Ducks would lose. Maybe the Jets will beat the Mammoth. I don't know. Just hoping the Kings can move out of the second wild card so they don't have to face the Avalanche in the first round. That's weird. Why is the Kings game here and Penguins Blues is the last? That's, I guess, for the preview. All right, we're back from break. They missed the draw on TSN. It's dumped in to the far corner. Why are they talking about Rick Tocchet being the franchise leader in penalty minutes for the Flyers on the Canadiens broadcast? Just a random, like we didn't have a penalty. It was, no, they don't have the goal up. Why did they take the goal? Oh, my God. NHL.com on their Gamecast. So bad. All right, Flyers behind the Montreal net. This has been a long possession shot. Dobich saved it, but he didn't freeze it. Near circle, to the point, to the blue line. Far circle, Flyers. Sent behind the net, wraparound, tap, no good. And Montreal the other way. Texier, near circle shot was wide. He gets knocked down. And the Flyers send it to neutral ice. Hopefully Texier is all right. Slavkovsky with the puck. Shots are 20-20. But the Flyers lead 3-1. Slavkovsky towards the net. A stuff attempt. Nice save there by Urson with the right pad. Montreal keeps the puck in the O-zone. Far circle towards the net. Frozen puck. Side of the net by Urson at 4:04. Yeah, I hear you. Right. If the Flyers win tonight, I'm sure Tampa will scratch some of their best players. Like at least Kucherov, right? And their best goalie will sit. Probably won't even dress if they have three goalies. All right, they didn't show. Man, TSN is so bad about showing the face-offs, but I don't know. The Flyers were doing side-by-side for the interviews. I couldn't take it. All right, Hudson tried to keep it in. They send it in again from behind the Flyer net. Near corner, Slavkovsky has it. Behind the net, looking. Sends it to Caulfield. Caulfield back to Slavkovsky. Kept in at the blue line by Hudson. Sent in again. Caulfield goes down. Gooley passed to the far circle and mishit the shot. I think Slavkovsky. Ooh, takedown at neutral ice of Hudson. No call. Nope, we do have a call. Flyer penalty. Although, wait, maybe it'll be Montreal. Forrester holding. I mean, it had to be a call. He basically tackled Hudson. I don't know how the Philly faithful would boo this. He grabbed his right shoulder and yanked Hudson down. I don't know how you can argue that was a penalty. So we've got a Montreal power play. Wait, did I do it the wrong way? I did. Pardon me. I probably should do it that way, but then the strength is wrong. Okay, so Montreal with the 5, Philly with the 4. This is the Philly player and his minutes counting down as we wait. Forrester holding at 16:43. PK for Flyers. Montreal's 0 for 1 with 3 shots. That shot was blocked in right outside the crease. Suzuki in the near circle, down low. Back to the blue line, kept in. Caulfield centered it for Demidov, and it's out of the zone. Hudson takes it behind his own net. Skated up, neutral zone, drop pass, picked up, left wing now. Caulfield to Slafkovsky, back to Caulfield, blue line for Hudson. Caulfield down low on a pass, and back to Hudson at the point, far side. Hudson at the point, near circle. Suzuki down low for Caulfield, shot was wide or saved. Slafkovsky in the far corner. Under a minute on the Montreal power play. Centering pass. Oh, Suzuki had to hit his skates. Far circle shot blocked, and a Flyer player is down, and we get a whistle at 2:04. He's already on his feet. It was Sealer. He already got back up. Hopefully he's all right. Yeah, Suzuki received a nice cross-ice pass in the near circle, but he wasn't able to, hit his skates. And then this block shot for Sealer. I don't even know if I think he took it in the gut, so hopefully he's all right. He's on the bench. We'll keep an eye out for his return. All right, it'll be Kapanen in the far circle. He faced off against Cates. The Canadiens' shot was blocked into the far corner and sent around to the near boards. And the Flyers clear it down the length of the ice. Picked up by Kapanen. Drop pass. Skated, drop pass back again. Texier passed it ahead. We got power play unit 2 out there with 16 seconds. Sent out of the zone, races on to the near circle and peeling back to the blue line and out of the zone. 4 seconds on the power play. Pass, the Flyers have it. Send it up the far boards and in. All right, Dobish sends it around to the far side. It's sent back. Gooley has it behind his own net. Gooley waiting for the breakout or the line change. 1 minute to go, second period. Gooley still waiting. Habs didn't get a shot on goal that power play. Ekholm sent it ahead. Gallagher fell down, lost the puck. Going the other way, the Flyers. Gooley sends it to the far side. Jackeye sends it up. Far corner, sent around the Flyer net to the near boards. All right, who's got it? It goes to Gallagher. He lost it, and it's into the neutral zone. Pass ahead, Veleno, and then a dump in with 19 seconds to go. Second period. Near corner. Blue line blast. He lost sight of it, and they tipped it in. It's 3-2. Montreal gets a gift goal. Urson lost sight of it. It was behind him. At 10.8 to go in the second, the Habs get that goal back and are down by just 1 again. Who got this goal? We got to do the Michkov goal, I think, and it was Jake Evans, his 12th. It was a blue line blast. Urson couldn't see it, and Evans beat everybody else to the puck and poked it in the crease into the net. If Evans didn't get it, I think Veleno would have been there in time. All right, final 10 seconds in the period. And we get an icing with 4.5. Yeah, tipped in by Evans. Okay, what? Evans from Jackeye. Yeah, Jackeye had the shot. I was going to say there's got to be an assist. All right, 4.5 seconds to go. Far circle draw. Flyers at the blue line. A blast. I did not get through. That is the end of the second period. It was 2-0 after 1. Now it's 3-2 Flyers after 2. Pretty good second period. Yeah, we'll do the Michkov and Evans visual. Well, we don't have the Evans visualizer. We'll do the Michkov. All right. All right, before we continue, yeah, let's get the Michkov goal. Then I will Drew Turner, no quit with the Habs. Yeah. That's good to see. They usually don't play well in the second period, if I'm being honest. Maybe that's at home though. They usually have a solid third. They have not been playing too well in the first lately. Again tonight, they were down 2-0 for whatever reason, but all right, here's the Michkov goal. It's in the far corner. Michkov's behind the net. Yeah, Dobish was out of the crease, and the puck was loose. Nobody saw Michkov, and he tapped it into the open net. Evans just tapped in a Jackeye blue line blast that went behind Urson, and he didn't know where. Oh, here we go. He didn't know where it was. So near corner. Puck is sent to the blue line. Jackeye blasts it. And then, yeah, Urson was facing the far circle and didn't know where the puck was, and it was right behind him. And then Evans poked it in as he dove to the ice. So 3-2 Philly after 2. Shots are, though, 24-20 for Montreal. Faceoffs, 24-15 Montreal. Montreal 0 for 2 on the power play. Didn't get a shot on the last one either. No Montreal penalties through 40 minutes, so no power plays for the Flyers. The hits, 2013. Montreal, actually. Wow. Flyers block shots. They lead 12-5 for block shots. Giveaways, Flyers 17-8. Wow. Takeaways 1-1. And we'll check on the scoreboard. Okay, before I do that, let me catch up on the chat. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. If the Flyers hang on, I would fully expect that. If the Habs win, they may still want to play. For just my opinion, they might want to get the second place in the division wrapped up. Yeah, that's the one drawback. Like this current system, if you're in the better division and the other division's weak, it's almost like I think it should be 2 versus 3 out of the division, though. You shouldn't, because there's such a good chance of one division being way better. The 2026 under 18 men's championship. Oh, okay. Well, I'm on TSN. I'm not going to get that game. Interesting, though. Yeah, but I hear you. Yeah, it's rough to have Tampa face Montreal. If it was the other, if it was Tampa versus the Flyers and the Canadiens versus the Penguins, I don't know. I think it's more true in the West. It's such a shame. You think it's bad Lightning are playing the Canadiens, and they're pretty. Look at the Stars and Wild too. Stars have 110 points. They'll be third probably. We'll see. Overall, I mean, and they're going to have to take on the Wild, whereas the Pacific, gets a much weaker matchup. I don't know. That's why I've seen the argument online that people want to go back to 1 through 8. Honestly, I think that's the way to go, but I don't know. Yeah, I hear you. That was my thing. That was my thought with Buffalo Montreal. I'm like, I don't want to see that matchup in the first round. I want to root for both teams, and but I would hate to see that before the second. Yeah. Hello, Drew. Thank you. Yeah. Habs finally woke up in the second period. They do struggle in the first for whatever reason. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I think the playoffs are going to be cool. I think they're going to be really good. The East is going to be phenomenal. Top to bottom, the East is going to be phenomenal. The West, we got some weak teams, including the Kings, my team, but we'll see. If the Kings could avoid playing the Avs and maybe the Oilers, that would help their cause. All right, before I forget, I hope you're enjoying the live stream. If so, if you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up or the like button on the video. Also, consider hitting the subscribe button to the channel, because doing one or both does help with getting the channel to be recommended to other viewers. This will help me grow the channel, and I thank you all for your support. If you happen to have a Twitch account, please follow Sinbin Stream there as well. It's the same stream you're seeing here. The advantage is that 1, it's faster, and 2, it's currently commercial free. No, the Habs are in white, and it's really hard to see them. They'll be lined up on the left side. They have the Flyers in orange. So yeah, the red numbers on white. I know I need to somehow make this bigger. I should probably look into how to do that. But yeah, let's go back to the scoreboard. But yeah, the Habs will be on the left. They're on, the visitors always on the left. Oh, okay. Left. Yeah, I'm trying to do it in the camera. See the MTL? And then Phillies in orange, PHI on the right. They never flip it. Okay, second intermission. Bruins 4, Devils 0. That should wrap up the top wild card for Boston. Canes and Islanders 1-1 after 2. Capitals, Blue Jackets 1-1. Caps have a power play. They're just about set to get underway in the third. That game is on ESPN. If you're interested, might be Ovechkin's final Capitals game, I think. Maybe final NHL game. Not sure. The Penguins were trying to line up to honor him, and he shooed him away in their last game. Ducks and Wild 1-1. All right, Wild tied it up. Yurov's 12th from Tarasenko. First intermission in St. Paul, Minnesota. Jets Mammoth in about, should be less than 20 minutes. Same with Avs Flames. Penguins Blues will be about 8:45 on ESPN. I'll bring you Kings Canucks in about an hour and 10 or so minutes. For the Habs, I think somewhat, yes. I'll go through the scratches again. It's going to be impossible to... Matheson might be resting, and maybe Anderson. I know... Why would they rest Deneau, though? Carrier is... two of their top, probably 4 defensemen, I'd say, Carrier and Dobson, are injured. And Montembeault is the third goalie. He's the odd man out. So they started their best goalie, Dobish. Fowler's the backup. So Montreal still has Caulfield, Suzuki, Hudson. They still have some top players out there. Demidov. Well, yeah, I guess Demidov. The goalie, Flyers are resting more people. Yep, Wild tied at 1-1. Yeah, Jets are 8 Central, so 9 Eastern, 8 Central, 7 Mountain, 6 Pacific. Oh, sorry, I forgot to put the... Oh, no, did I forget to start the clock? I forgot to start the clock. All right, we'll have to compare to this and adjust from there. Gosh darn it. All right. How did I forget to start the clock? I think that's about right. A minute 20 behind the NHL.com board. That should be about right, I think. Yeah, we'll do that. Regina. I've heard of Regina. I forgot it was Mountain, though. Is it in Alberta, then? Oh, we were going to look at Twitter. That's right. The Sabres response was pretty cool. Oh, no. Carrier is out 2 to 4 weeks with an upper body. Wait, did he? Oh, no, I reposted that. Never mind. That's not news. Could miss the start of the playoffs. Yeah, we already knew that. Sorry, Packers news. All right, what is all this garbage? All right, where did it go? I should just look at Frank's feed. Oh, forget it. Good Lord. Where did it go? I'll just go to who I'm following. All right, hold on. Frank. Here, this. I'm not gonna play the audio. If I could, yeah, let me just pause it. But it says Buffalo's not making the playoffs. I don't know if I can enlarge this. Nope, I don't want to do that. That's too big. Buffalo's not making the playoffs. 0.0%. Ryan Whitney. We're back. Saberhood times. Whitney had said, God help me, X Sabres, whatever. And then the Sabres said, you had it coming. So, all right, that's all I wanted to show. All right, I'm going to take a break, trying to look at the stadium clock for the intermission, but this should be about right. Oh, yeah, I need to fix my schedule. We can take the Kings Canucks off there. We know that they're next. All right, well, 3 of these 4 games are just about to be in progress again, so we'll leave those games up. All right, let me cue up some music and I'll be back. All right, we'll go with the shorter songs. All right, thanks, everybody. Okay, we're back. Let me get out of the game and back in now. We have finally warmed up in our area. It's actually 71 in the house. Shot. In the 70s today. Alright, we're going to stick with the Montreal Canadiens feed here. Oh, hold on. I may have to get it. No, we're good. Okay, there we go. Hey, what? What are they showing? Why are they showing Bruins highlights? I'm assuming this is... Let's try this again. There we go. All right, eliminated the music. All right. (3-2) as we head to the final 20 minutes in the regular season for both Montreal and Philadelphia. All right, Montreal in white going left to right. Flyers or Philadelphia in orange going right to left, and they have black helmets and black pants. All right. Puck is right in front of the Montreal bench. Now they pass to the near side. Slavkovsky takes it into his own zone. Near side. Pass ahead. Right up the middle. Urson sends it to the far corner. It's picked up by Jurisic. Passed ahead to Cates. Cates 2-on-2. They get it to the far circle. Cates is stood up, and the puck goes into the near boards. No call. Maybe I don't know. Montreal, both teams getting a line change, and it's taken in by Hudson. Hudson's shot is blocked into the near corner. And taken into the O-zone, but lost the puck already. Caulfield sends it in and chases, but it's picked up by Juleson and sent to the near side. Pass in the near circle. Blue line keeper for Montreal. Demidov near corner. Takes it behind the Flyer net. Oh, he tried to hit Newhook in the far circle. That got blocked. Or the shot was, or his stick got lifted. Habs send it right back in though. 18:32 to go in the third period. Sent around to the far boards. Far corner behind the net. Texier looking. Sends it behind the net. Far corner. Clear or dump. Yeah. Saucer pass by Martone up ahead. Flyers dump it in, presumably to get a line change. Oh, somebody wiped out for the Habs. I think it was Jackeye, and the Flyers had the puck. Don't know if that shot was on net. Finally taken by Kapanen out of the zone, over the red line and dumped in. Flyers send it up the near boards. Tapped ahead by Wilson. And, well, Dobish comes way out of the net to play it to the far corner. And the puck is at the neutral zone. Both teams going for line changes. Flyers send it up the near side. And Hudson gets there first before the Flyers, Grundstrom, could get there. Montreal sent it in. Kapanen gives a little hit. And, whoops, Flyers send it up the near boards, taken away by Montreal. Now taken away by the Flyers and dumped into the far corner. Picked up by Evans. Oh, the puck got away. Far circle sent wide. And Evans picks it up again. Evans now takes it up in front of the net to the blue line, to the red, and a dump in to the far corner. Flyers get it out immediately, though, right in front of their bench. Pass at the red line gets tipped away. Gallagher up the middle. His shot is, well, ends up being saved and frozen, but it was deflected, I think, as well. Pushing and shoving starts. We have 16:35 to play in the third. All right. 24-21 are the shots. Comeback Kings. Most comeback wins this season. Montreal 26, Ducks 25, Lightning 24, Canes 23, Dallas and Philly tied with 22. That's your top, I guess, 6. Well, top 5 because of the tie. Brick, who are you rooting for in the playoffs and who do you think will win? I'm rooting for the Kings. I'm rooting for Buffalo. I'm rooting for Montreal. I'm hoping it's not going to be Avs or Stars. I'd be okay with the Wild. East, as long as it's not the Lightning. That's sorry, Bucks Skull Gang. That's about all I care about. All right, dump in from the red line into the near behind the net. Taken by Dvorsky. Dvorsky skates it into the near boards. Taken away. Flyers go the other way. Send it in. That was bump into the far corner. Struble sends it behind the net to Reinbacher. Struble gets knocked down. Texier, that was a dangerous pass to the near circle. Struble misplays it. Bump knocked it away, I believe. And finally, no, not out. Flyers keep it in. Bump centers it. It's in the crease. It looked like Dobich held on, though, at 15-22. Reinbacher just shoved somebody in the face, so we'll see if anything comes of this. It's just the linesman, though. It's not the ref. Having some beef with Martone. Time is 15:22. A couple shots here for the Flyers. Yeah, again, I'm hoping for the Kings, the Sabres, or the Canadiens, or the Oilers. Realistically, it's probably Colorado or Dallas in the West, and maybe, I don't know, Tampa, Carolina in the East, unfortunately. Yes, Buffalo would be cool. No, normally I wouldn't be against the Lightning, but the Lightning kind of gooned it up. That 8-7 game we got an interference call coming up. Lightning were gooning it up. They couldn't beat Buffalo, and they had to goon it up. And it wasn't just that game. There's another one. Interference on McDonald is the call, and the Habs get a power play. But, yeah, I mean, the Lightning just did win. And, yeah, Panthers of Florida have won 2 straight. Looked like a pretty good call. I don't know what the beef was. But, yeah, I don't know. I got tired of the Lightning gooning it up, and I don't know. It's just, it's time for I'm not really rooting for the Penguins either. Let's put it that way. After what was his name? Not Crosby, the other guy. Had that slashing over the top ahead of Dahlin's helmet. Only got a 5-game suspension for losing his mind. All right. Malkin had that. So I'd say, yeah, maybe I'd root for the Lightning above the Penguins then. I don't know. I'm tired of Crosby. Sent out to the far boards. Flyers have it. There's only 105 on the power play. The Habs have done very little of anything on this power. Noah Dobson reevaluated in 2 weeks, upper body injury. So sounds like they might be without Dobson and Carrier in the first round. Uh-oh. Not good for Montreal, and banged up heading on that defense heading in. Shot from the far circle, saved by Urson and held on. 13:51. Yes, sort of. Oh, 4 years, darn. Yeah, I know. I don't want the Avs either for that reason. The Avs just won it 4 years ago. I still don't know how Montreal played the Lightning. Was that the COVID year? Did they have a different format then? Jets are a mess, to say the least. Yes, yes. All right, back underway. Nah, I just didn't like Cooper fist bumping his dudes for gooning it up either. That did not sit well with me. Sent in, still 22 seconds on the power play, which Montreal has gotten all of one shot on. They took a Flyer shot away, too. Dumped into the near corner. We got 13:20 to play. Power play time is almost up. Bolduc to the blue line at the point. Sent to the far circle and wide into the near boards and out. That'll do it. Nothing on that power play. And it's picked up by Engstrom. 13 minutes to go here in the third. Still 3-2 Philly. 0 for 3 on the power play for Montreal. 4 shots. I think they had all of one that one and one the last time. Or none the last time, actually. 3 on the first one. Pass to the near circle, sent off the near boards, but picked up by the Flyers. Jurasic. Juracek? I don't know. Sent in behind the net, picked up by Reinbacher. 12:22 in the third. Far boards. Man, my eyes are itchy. Up the far circle now. Pass got tipped away from Newhook. And the Flyers tipped it into the crowd. Was it delay of game puck over glass? Or was it a deflection? We'll find out soon. We've hit the under 14 media timeout. Still 3-2 in favor of the Flyers in Philly. Yeah, you mean the Panthers, yeah. No, I'm talking. I'm okay with. I'm not against the fighting. I'm against these headshots. I'm strictly against elbow or shoulder into the head. They need to get this out of the league. They cannot keep allowing people to get hit in the head. That's what I'm against. I'm fine with fights. In fact, fights probably prevent more serious injuries from occurring, like on these dirty hits. Because you have to think twice if a team has an enforcer, which is dying out. Yeah, I'm sick. I'm sick of Pittsburgh. Again, Malkin's two-handed assault over the head of Dahlin and a 5-game suspension has me sick of Pittsburgh. Not to win the Hart Trophy. Oh, yeah. Oh, Kucherov, gotcha. Yeah, I thought Kucherov should have had a shot at the MVP, but probably what sealed it for McDavid is Draisaitl getting injured, as weird as that may sound. Okay, so thank you, Brick. I didn't know that. So that's how Montreal faced the Tampa Bay Lightning and I didn't know. Okay, thanks, Bucks. Yeah. Oh, Vasilevsky. Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know who should win that, honestly. I'm trying to think of the best goalie. I can't. Wolf's always good, but the Flames always stink. So, wait, oh, that's right. Hellebuck was the MVP last year as a goalie, which Hadn't happened in a little bit. We haven't had a defenseman win it since Pronger. I just was looking at this the other day. All right, Caulfield couldn't get a backhander on net, but the Habs keep it in at the blue line. To the far circle. Shot was blocked. Flyers sent it out. Picked up by Struble. Well, look out. Struble with the puck. Fortunately, didn't turn it over. But the Flyers send it out. Struble just barely gets it to his defensive partner. Now they pass it back to Struble. He quickly passes. Gets it again. Look out. Sent ahead. Hudson with the puck. Cross-ice pass. Near circle. Missed. Slavkovsky with the puck. Blue line. Red line. Dump in by the Flyers. Near corner. And taken behind the net by Caulfield. Caulfield sends it back to Struble. Oh, boy. Somebody take the puck from Struble. Bad things happen when he touches it now. Passed ahead and poke checked away. Yes, Struble's off the ice. Thank the Lord. Pass to the near side. Reinbacher up ahead. Caulfield. His pass stolen. Tipped ahead, though. Out of the reach of Texier, though. Ooh, hit behind the net by Caulfield, of all people. Pass at the neutral ice, taken into their own zone again for the Flyers. Did McDonald send up, or was that somebody else? He's out there with Andre. Or paired up with Andre. All right, red line for Texier. Pass, tipped into the near boards. Demidov couldn't keep it in, though. Jackeye has it. Montreal getting a line change. So are the Flyers. Skated up and sent behind the net. Near board sent up by the Flyers. Forster at the blue line. Couldn't get it out. Under 10 to play here in the third. NHL.com a little bit behind there, I see. 9:47. All right, there we go. Sent into the near corner. Montreal sends it up the near boards. Kapanen shot and a glove save by Urson. Now, Urson's had a pretty solid game. He's got, 25 saves on 27 shots? And a lot of pushing and shoving. McDonald and Kirby Doc were the two main offenders. Forrester has Kapanen's head wrapped up. McDonald and Kirby Doc have not been split up yet. I got to update the shots. 27-23. Kapanen with a nice shot. I don't know if that was on target. Urson had a nice scoop save, but may have been wide of the net. All right, we hit the under 10 media timeout. Still 3-2. Flyers, that's where we were after 2. Okay, thanks. Yeah, thank you. Right. Yeah, MVP last year, and then he got hurt early this year, but yeah, definite Olympic hero. It's too bad the Jets had such a miserable year. Yeah, back-to-back years, gotcha. Yeah, I wasn't really following sports then. It was pretty much Packers, and that was it. I really did not pay attention to sports during COVID. It was like if it was not a Packers game, I really did not care back then. No, I didn't say this year. He had it last year. No, I'm not saying he deserved it this year. I was just remembering. I was just saying a goalie won it last year, so I figured he won the Vezina since he was the MVP. Bruins 5, Devils 0, Yzerman's 9th from Loray. Canes 2, Islanders 1, 5:19 to go in the third. Jankowski's 11th from Nystrom and Nikishin. Oh, we do have penalties, so let me get this. Coincidental for roughing, probably Doc and McDonald. Yeah. Kind of figured. All right, let me get those in there. right, we are back from break. McKinnon has 52 goals. Caulfield has 51. I think McDavid he's got to have at least 48. Yeah, no. I didn't mean this. No. You're good. No problem. I was just trying to remember who won it last year, because I don't think a goalie had won MVP in a while. And it's more recently than a defenseman, though. Chris Pronger in 99-2000, I think, was the last defenseman. Far circle in this 4-on-4, 9:20 to play in the third. Just kind of skating around with the puck. Hudson gets it out of the zone and has to retreat. Yeah, I kind of figure McDavid will win it. I think it could have been the Tampa guy, either for MVP or their goalie. Kucherov or I'm sorry, I'm blanking. Pass to the near boards, and Flyers retreat to the blue line and lose the puck. But they have it at the neutral zone. Andre had sent it back. It's behind their net. Andre digs it out in the far corner, sends it up the far boards. Sorry about that. Flyers have it in their own zone. Send it up the far boards again. And Andre has it again. They're just playing keep away. Pass to the far side. Sent, and let's see. Taken over the red into the O-zone. I lost the puck in the near circle, but in the slot, a shot and a goal, and that will just about do it. Flyers bump. Gives them the 4-2 lead with just 8 minutes remaining. And they're waving orange and white towels in the stands. We got 19 seconds to go in the 4-on-4. Oh, yeah. Bumps fifth. Yeah, I don't think, did we get the Jake Evans visualizer? Yeah, I think we did. Oh, they added an assist to Veleno. Yeah, I kind of thought they might. All right, bumps fifth, off a rebound, beat Dobish glove side high, but there was traffic in front of the net. He couldn't exactly see. 4-on-4 continues, and that might do it. Still got 8 minutes to go. There's still plenty of time. They could get a quick one and then pull the goalie and get an extra attacker goal, but we'll see. All right, near boards, 7:45 to play. Dumped in, far boards. We're back to 5-on-5, by the way. Puck is pinned against the Montreal bench. Now it's by the Flyers bench. And, well, red line dump in off the stick of Grundstrom. Bumps fifth from Martone. They had an assist. Martone with a 2-point night for the Flyers, a goal and assist. Not a frequenter of the scoring sheet as far as goals and assists. Sent to the near side, taken behind the net, Engstrom. Yeah, sorry, Kucherov. I couldn't think of the goalie either. My brain just too tired, I guess. Flyers behind their own net. We are approaching now. We have 6:45 to play. Sent ahead to the far circle. Dobish sends it behind his own net. Near boards battle. Ooh, a hit in the corner. They hit Reinbacher. I think that was Martone. Dump in by Montreal. They beat out the icing. Veleno takes a hit from Juleson. Behind the net. Battle for the puck. Sent to the blue line. Montreal sends it to the far corner. It's Evans. Evans gets it knocked away, and the Flyers saucer it to neutral ice. And stopped by Dobish. Picked up by Hudson. Long pass ahead, up the middle. Bolduc mishandled. Trying to stick, but maneuver around somebody. All right, near boards. Jack-Eye centering pass gets knocked out by the Flyers. All right, neutral ice. Bolduc sends it. And it's into the O-zone, but the Flyers have it. Saucer pass. Not out, though. Doc steals it. Doc in the far boards. Doc gets knocked off the puck. Taken by the Flyers. Flyers send it up ahead. Jack-Eye sends it ahead. Off of Bolduc. Going the other way. The Flyers into the O-zone. Centering pass knocked by Hudson and sends it around to Bolduc. Off the near boards. Jack-Eye dumps it in. It's in the far corner now. Picked up now in the far circle, but the Flyers make a pass. They have a 2-on-2 if they hustle, but they couldn't get to the pass. Dump in by the Habs. Flyers send it to the neutral zone. Habs send it up the near board. Slavkovsky dumps it from the blue line. Near corner, Suzuki trying to dig it out. Flyers... Oh, somebody got high sticked. The refs missed it. Shot from a tough angle. I don't know why Gooley didn't just blast it from the point. Looked like he was pretty open. And Flyers to the red line. 1-on-1 against Hudson. Hudson gets a poke check and gets it out of there. Hudson along the near boards. A pass up ahead. Far circle Texier. Somebody lost a stick. No, somebody broke a stick for the Flyers. Sent in behind the net. It's number 5, the defenseman, Juracek. Or Juracek. Near boards. To the side of the net. And then a frozen puck. And pushing and shoving behind the net. Texier and Juracek. Juracek. Okay. I should have realized it was not. Juracek. Shots are 28-25. All right, 4-2 Flyers. We head to the, I guess, under 6 media timeout. Time's getting late. All right, yeah, we could look at the stats real quick. Oh, I guess they had that goal waved off. I thought it was 5-0 Bruins. It's still 4-0. They had all 4 in the first period. They must have had a goal challenged and waved off. All right. Canes 2, Islanders 1, 126. Yeah, Bruins only have 4:19 to go. Oh, we must have a... Do we have a final? We do. Caps 2, Jackets 1. May have been Ovechkin's last game, either for the Caps or maybe in the NHL. We'll see. Chikrin and Beauvillier with the goals. Jenner for the Jackets. Kings Canucks in about 35 or so minutes. Keep an eye on Penguins Blues. That should be about 8:45. Oh, actually, yeah, they won't be late because this was the ESPN game, the Caps Blue Jackets. That was actually a quick game. Avs and Flames, no score, 8:38 in the first. Mammoth, Cooley's 24th gives them a 1-0 lead. Jets head to the power play, 9:17. Wild 2, Ducks 1. Hunter Haight is first. From Nick Foligno, former Blackhawk, and Johansson. Are we back underway? Did they miss? Or are they showing the goal? I think they're showing the goal. Oh, yeah, Bump's visualizer. Let's do that real quick. Bump has the puck. Jack-Eye there. Takeaway, shot, and then no, I guess it's just a drop pass and shot, glove side high. bump made it 4-2. His fifth from Martone. Martone with a 2-point night. And we're back to 4-on-4. Texier and Juracek. And the Montreal has pulled the goalie as well. So it's 5-on-4 with an empty net. 3.5 to go in the third. Far circle to the point. Near circle. Slavkovsky's shot blocked. Behind the net. Demidov to the far circle. Now pass to the near circle. Slavkovsky trying to set it up back door, and it was tipped wide. Slavkovsky cross ice pass. Suzuki with it. Far circle. Suzuki, that pass to Hudson was wide and out of the zone. Flyers get 3 players changed, I think. Maybe they got all 4. Flyers clear it and picked up by the Habs. Skated in near side to the far corner. Blue line keeper for the Habs. Near circle, Demidov. Pass to the point. Hudson to the far circle. Shot was wide. And it's down the length of the ice. Hudson has to pick it up. 2:20 to play here in the third. Slavkovsky pass to the far boards. Taken behind the net. Or no, far corner. Pardon me. Hudson, Demidov trying to dig it out. Flyers just pinning the puck. Boy, it looked like Hudson took one to the face. And Suzuki tried to center it. Far circle Caulfield. Back to Slavkovsky. Under 2 to play. We're back to... we're not back. Why did they take the time down on TSN? Puck got tipped into the crowd at 1:46. We've still got... Okay, now we're back to 5-on-5. I don't think we were when they had already removed it. Most assists in a single season by a Habs defenseman. Lane Hudson, 66. Larry Robinson, 66. 1976-77. Hudson had 2 assists against the Islanders. Looks like we got a timeout, probably by Montreal, if I had to guess. Well, it doesn't say. Now the TV finally put it up. All right, timeout Montreal. Yes, I will have... Wrong one. We will have Kings Canucks coming up in about half hour. Kings trying to get out of the second wild card and up into the Western Conference standings. So, how many games? Yeah, 6 is probably good. Wouldn't be shocked if it goes 7, right? All right, back after the timeout. Face off. Blue line not kept in. They're going to have to redump it in and tag up. Whistle at 1:37, though. Dobish might be heading back out there. I don't know what is going on. Or was he out there and now he's heading in? Okay. Ooh, they're taking a risk. The puck is in front of the Flyers bench, so if they don't win this draw. All right, now Hudson dumps it in. 1:30 to go in the third. Habs need a miracle, but looking like they're going to be the third in the division. Shot was wide into the far corner. Behind the net. Back to the blue line, kept in by, I think, Demidov. Caulfield passed to Suzuki. He got it back. Far circle shot, save, held on by Urson at 104. No shot? Come on, that was on target. How was that not a shot on goal? That has to be a shot. I mean, there is zero chance this is not a shot. All right, far circle draw. 1 minute to play. Let me pause my clock. There we go. Behind the net, near corner. Caulfield, Demidov passes. Far circle. Into the near boards and out. It should be 29-25. No, NHL.com still didn't call that a shot. You've got to be kidding me. Somehow the Flyers didn't get an empty netter there. I was looking away at the dang shots. And Hudson passes. Blue line to blue line. Demidov in the near boards. Under 20 to go, so this will be it. Engstrom right up the middle. Near circle. He falls down. Under 10 to go. Behind the Flyer net. Sent into the near corner. Slavkovsky sends one. That's wide. That is it. That's the end of the game. 4-2. Flyers win. 29-25. This is the final shot total. 38% of the 40 votes were correct that Philly would win. All right, let's catch up on the chat. Whoops. Before we end it, keep an eye out for the 3 stars of the game. Oh, yeah. So what were you? Yeah, I think you're probably right. 6 sounds about right. Wouldn't be shocked if it goes 7. Game 1, I don't know. In the NHL, I mean, the NHL has the biggest chance, or it's had the most reverse sweeps, right? So until you've got that 4th win, nobody is truly out. It's no more true than in the NHL, you know. So Kieran says Tampa, Montreal going 7. Yep. How do I feel about this one? I'm just happy it's not Buffalo, Montreal, because I wanted to root for both teams. That's my main thought. I know it's going to be a tough matchup for Montreal. I don't think by any means is Boston an easy matchup for Buffalo either, though. A 98-point wild card. Yeah, they were just talking about that. 91 points got you the wild card in the East last year. I think the 8th spot for Montreal. And this year, 1, 2, 3, 4 teams with 91 or more won't even make the playoffs. And in the West, let's see, 96 is the low. Well, no, the Flyers just picked up 98. The West, like, outside of the top 3, none of these teams in the West would even make the playoffs in the East. That's insane. Wow. Yeah, because I don't know. If you steal one on the road, if you're the team with 3 home games, if you steal one on the road early, you're pretty well set. And if not, well, you just got to, if you happen to go down 2-0, you got to keep serve and win the 2 at home, and then, you know, maybe win 5 or, you know, 5 and or 6 or 5 and or 7 then. But yeah. Yeah, the reverse, I forgot how many have happened. Oh no, we were talking about the 91 points. Yeah. The East is much tougher this year than it was last year. All right, before we head out, well, first of all, did we get the 3 stars yet? Apparently not. There we go. Michkov, a goal and 2 assists. Bonk, a goal and assist. McDonald, an assist. Why didn't they give it to... I mean, do you have to get a shutout or only give up a goal for the goalie? I mean, Urson played solid. Made 27 saves tonight. I would have given Urson a star. Nothing. I mean, Tampa's going to have... Tampa, that game is meaningless. Montreal lost, so... Tampa should hang on to second in the division. They obviously have the tiebreaker over Montreal, so they don't even need to... The game is meaningless for Tampa tomorrow since Montreal lost to the Capitals here. Let me get Kings pregame tuned up. All right, fine. Okay, please like and subscribe before you head on out. Follow on Twitch as well. Thank you if you already have. Again, we will have Kings at Canucks about 23 minutes from now. Let's just check the scoreboard. We'll give you the finals. Yeah, we already knew Caps 2, Jackets 1. Of course, Flyers just beat the Canadiens 4-2. Canes 2, Islanders 1. Bruins 4, Devils 0. So Ottawa's last game, I think, is meaningless. We'll have Kings, Canucks. Penguins, Blues should be starting by 8:45. Avs and Flames, no score, 109 in the first. Mammoth 1, Jets 0, 2:10 to go in the first. Wild 2, Ducks 1, 38 seconds to go in the second. All right, I think I'm going to get ready for the next game, the rest of the voice. Again, tomorrow, let me double check. So I don't think, let's check Wednesday. We will have Stars, Sabres, 2 good playoff teams. Also, there's Rangers, Lightning. Lightning, that game is meaningless. Wings, Panthers, meaningless. Leafs, Senators. So that game is meaningless to the Senators at home. They can't catch the Bruins. They can't catch the Bruins for the wild card. And they must be in the Atlantic? Really? Yeah, because they would already be ahead of the Flyers. Well, now the Flyers have 98. They just didn't update this yet. Now they did. There's the 98. Capitals had 95 points and missed. All right. Sharks, Blackhawks, meaningless. Kraken, Knights. That is not meaningless, and we'll have that game tomorrow. At least not for the Knights. Knights are in a battle. I think if they win, though, they definitely secure the Pacific. And they will probably be playing the Mammoth then. Or the Kings, if the Kings can slide ahead of the Mammoth somehow. Because Thursday, I think, is the Mammoth last game. Yeah, they host the Blues. Ducks play the Predators. Sharks play the Jets, meaningless. Kings, again, that's important to them against the Flames. Oilers hosting the Canucks, that's meaningful. Kraken, Avs, doesn't matter. So the Oilers, Kings, and Mammoth and the Ducks may all have something to play for on Thursday. Pretty much, I think everything is wrapped up now, I feel like, in the East. Because the Bruins can't fall, the Penguins can't fall, and now the Lightning can't fall. So, yeah, the East games tomorrow are meaningless. So, all right. Yep, East is set, exactly. I'm wondering if they'll release any of those games then, now that the East is set. We'll have to keep an eye out for that. All right, let's close that and that. Let's go back to Tuesday. Second intermission in Minnesota. First intermission in Utah. First intermission in Calgary. Penguins Blues just underway. All right, so they started before 8:45 apparently. All right, that's going to do it for me. Hope to see you in the next one, if not soon after. Still some hockey to be played here tonight, tomorrow, and Thursday. And we'll have baseball to fill the gaps. Saturday playoffs, Saturday, Sunday are the NHL playoffs, and then we'll see from there. Quick was lined up in forward gear? I don't know. Everybody had a Quick jersey on during warm-ups. Okay, I was wondering. So Quick played in his last game last night. That was a 3-2 loss to the Panthers. Jonathan Quick, longtime King great, finished up with a stop in Columbus and then on to the Rangers, and he'll call it a career. All right. Yeah, thanks, Kieran. Thanks, Derek. Thanks, Bucks. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Thank you all. Just looking. Yeah, of course, they're talking about Quick on the 410 wins, most among U.S.-born goalies. 3-time Stanley Cup champion. Oh, okay. As a backup? Where? He got a cup in 2023? Who the heck won the cup? Okay, it's been the what? Panthers the last 2 years, and then before the Avs, who the heck won? He must have been a backup then somewhere. I guess he wasn't just Rangers then. All right, well, that'll do it. We'll look it up later. Till next time, take care. Simbin Stream, wishing you all the best. Have a great Tuesday. Have a terrific Wednesday. See you in the next one. And good night and goodbye just for now.